everyone, today I'm making an impulse dress, which is what I call dresses that they have no, I have nothing I'm making them for, I'm just making them because random whim I want to make that dress. So today I'm making like a pink, so let me show you the fabric. This is gonna be the under fabric, so like the really simple color, and then I'm gonna use this like layers and beautiful just thing. This is a better color. Both of these are better colors when they're in real life. This is the corset-y shape I sort of drafted out. Now my family and I are going to be watching a show in the front room, so I will come back when I have the pieces cut out. So we're actually coming out with the draft completely finished, not the pieces cut out. I also found this fabric, the one you're seeing right here, that guy. I just found it, so I'm going to use this instead of this. Maybe I'll use this too, but probably mainly just this. I was going to use this, the first pattern I drafted, right? Get in focus. But this has a lot of panels and it is a lot of work, and I like panels, but like this is a lot. So what I did is I just combined several of the panels so it looks more like this. I still have the last one, which I'm still tracing. Okay, so I realized that I literally haven't been filming whatsoever in any way. Apologies for that. I'm gonna give a run through of basically everything I've done in the time I've been too lazy to put my camera up and film. Number one, I was talking too slow in this clip. Number two, I didn't have enough footage of the actual top. This is how the top was. So what happened is I sewed the corset-y shape, but it didn't look good, so I hemmed all the edges, which is what you can see. And then I just moved on to sewing all those edges with the sewing machine. Now, I don't really recommend this exact shape that I used if you ever manage to see what shape I used, because as you can see, it's very flared at the top and that looks bad and I have to fix it later. So at this point I moved on to fabric folding. I'm sure there's a word for it, but I just haven't googled it yet and don't intend to, so we're gonna call it fabric folding. I don't have an exact hour count. It was a level of hours that was a level of hours to say it in a way that makes no sense to any living person, but this is how it looked, except all the pins were sticking straight into the mannequin, making it like basically stuck to the mannequin, and I could not hand sew it. So what I had to do is I had to remove all those pins and put them back in so that they were not connected to the mannequin. And anyway, I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to make it make sense, but it is sort of difficult to get it to make sense. Okay, this is where we're at. I hand sewed this. Don't judge me for the stitches. They're definitely not my best work. And we're back to hand sewing. You're probably looking at my outfit with the pajama pants thinking that this was a weekend. Well, it wasn't actually. It was a weekday. Get ready, guys, because we have disaster in 3, 2, 1, go! I figured out something just now. This fabric is sort of plasticky. You want to know how I figured that out? Just ironing this out. This beautiful folded many-layered thing. Boom! It just literally burns through the fabric. So basically, all of those hours of work, I'm going to have to take out. That... I'm super ticked off, actually. Like, really ticked off. Because, like... I'm back. I took, like, a day's break because, as you could tell from the last clip, I was not very happy. So I'm gonna unpick all of this, cover the whole pink thing, like this pink stuff, just in a layer of the shiny stuff. Off in a relevant tangent, Phil. For all of you who have a depressed friend, and in the world we live today, that is all of you. If you cannot find the depressed friend, you are the depressed friend. Never, ever, under any circumstances whatsoever, say, just be happy to your depressed friend. I've gotten this multiple times because I'm the depressed friend. Don't say that! I don't know why people think it's a good thing to say. It'd be like if someone broke their leg and you'd just be like, yeah, just don't break your leg. They can't do anything about it. So yeah, I continued ranting about that for a while. Basic lesson of that long conversation: don't tell your friend who's depressed, just be happy. It doesn't work. So I just started unpicking and then finished unpicking and then looked at the bodice I had and said, huh, this is really ugly. So I decided to trace it onto another fabric because the problem was the pattern. So I decided that tracing it onto a different piece of fabric would clearly fix the problem of the pattern. It didn't, but I fixed that later. Have no fear. This was sewing them right sides to right sides. I used a white fabric for the back, and this is a coat. Okay. I am not doing well right now. Like, have a terrible headache. I'm really depressed, and I don't want to hand sew this. I really don't. Like, it would take me, like, maybe 3 or 4 hours or something like that to do it, and I'm just not today. So I'm gonna hot glue it. Yes, you heard me right. We're using the hot glue gun. I know that this is something that a lot of people don't like, like, it's a dress, you shouldn't hot glue it, but, like, the hot glue gun does a good job, so, like, why not use the hot glue gun? I moved on to realizing that my pattern had been faulty, but as you recall, I didn't fix it because the top edge of the bodice that I'm touching in that clip right before now was too flared out. So I decided to fix that by wrapping something around it. Originally, I thought something like this, but that looked too Valentine's Day with the pink and white. So I decided to do it out of the same fabric that I made the bodice out of. That way, everything just matches and it takes away that flare. How I made this top edge is just how you would make a skirt's waistline, which is folding two long strip of fabric in and then in again, and that way there are no rough edges. If you're thinking, shoot, is she hot gluing it again? Yes, I am hot gluing it again. I can do whatever the heck I want because this is my project. Apologies for the Western accent. I really do not know what that was. I just continued with the hot glue gun, touching things all up. Then I did more hot glue gun work. I didn't know this footage was here. I probably should have watched it before I just started rushing through the voiceover. Ooh, now I'm adding grommets. Kind of off frame, but also on. I don't know why I didn't scoot it a bit more, but I didn't, so that's okay. Okay, guys. A lot of hot glue, several burns, and a lot of sparkles later. Here we are. The back is a bit of a mess, I will say. This side's larger than that side. There's some screwed up stuff with, like, little holders. But, I'm just going to, like, set that aside for now and just say, hey, I did this. Even though this guy has some problems and it's more hot glue than fabric, I still love it a lot. And we're on to circle skirt making time. Now, some of you who've seen my videos before may have noticed some fancy new angles recently, and that is because I finally bought a tripod. It's something I've wanted for a while, but I've only just now bought it. Making a circle skirt is so easy. Hemming sucks, but otherwise you're just literally cutting out a circle and then a hole in the middle. That's it. So right now I'm cutting out a long strip because I thought I was going to be doing a ruffle on the bottom. That never ended up happening, but it was still cool that I tried. Anyway, this is what it looked like when I was finished with that. I had made a little ruffle along the top, and all I need to do is cut both of those out in the fancy pink fabric that is not translucent. Now, I'm actually going to hem this. No, I'm not. I'm going to burn it. It sounds a lot more terrifying than it is. As you probably remember from the fiasco that we had before with I think I called it ruching. Anyway, with that stuff, this fabric burns fairly easily, so I thought, hey, why don't I just do that? I did not explain that very well. By burning, I mean using a candle to very, very lightly melt the very edge of fabric that is plasticky to cause it to negate the necessity for hemming because it's not gonna need to be hemmed. I'm explaining this terribly. So yeah, then I cut out the actual non-translucent skirt and burned that one too. It is shockingly easy to do this. If you guys have plastic fabric, do this, honestly. It's a bit dangerous, but really not that much. I only had like 1 or 2 times where it almost actually burned. Okay, that sounded really bad. Don't worry, my house was not in danger. It's okay, it's just a candle. Nothing bad was gonna happen. After that, I traced the little shoulder skirt, I guess, in the pink fabric that's not translucent and burned the edge of that. And after adding some, we'll call them clasps, I literally just used safety pins for the bottom of the skirt. The dress is done. Here's how it looks. In the end, I'm really happy with how this dress turned out. I think it's really cute, and it looks almost like a ballet outfit. I'm naming it a flower dress because my little siblings told me that I looked like a blossom when I came out. And we're finally done. Thank you so much for watching or skipping your way here, whatever you did. Thank you for, if you're a subscriber, being subscribed, and if you're not, please subscribe, comment, like, all the things. I really appreciate it, and Just thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in my next video.